I may look incredibly young-ish, and I act like a child, but the fact is, I'm old. And yet, I didn't even have a driver's license yet the last time Alfa Romeo sold a sports sedan in America. So I've spent my entire adult life trudging through the intolerable misery that is BMW after Mercedes, after the occasional Infiniti, and really all I wanted was an Alfa Romeo. Now I can have one, finally! The 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. It has 505 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, and it comes only with a manual transmission. Alfa Romeo, where have you been my whole life? What the is that? This is an automatic? No clutch pedal? What is this, some sick joke? Oh, I know there's a clutch pedal in here. I know it. Yep, there's a cutout in the bottom of the dash for the clutch pedal, and yet it's not there. It's gotta be hidden. It's hidden somewhere else. This is unbelievable. We see the car for the first time, it has a manual. I watched the Chris Harris video, it has a manual. I have the specs in front of me from Fiat Chrysler North America, and it says 6-speed manual. It doesn't even mention an automatic. Ugh. Sergio, listen, $10,000. Just take $10,000 and put a manual back in the car. Okay, if it's not about money, have half of my liver. I don't really drink all that much anyway. Please, okay, look, Sergio.
Cammisa!
What?
Are you kidding me? Review the freaking car!
Fine, I'll review the car. But I will never, ever accept that transmission. Ever. All right, so I've gotten the transmission rant mostly out of my system. But I gotta say, I'm very excited about the Alfa Romeo Giulia, and you should be too. This is the first rear-wheel drive Alfa Romeo sports sedan in 30 years. Obviously, I love the fact that this one has 505 horsepower and a torque vectoring rear differential. But there's something bigger going on. For the first time in decades, we have Italian competition against the Japanese, Americans, and most importantly, Germans, who rule the sports sedan segment. For a long time, that segment has been defined by the BMW M3. No surprise then that the Giulia's measurements are within those of a middle finger to the M3 in every dimension. And although we've criticized the latest one, the 3 Series has been so far ahead of the game for so long that everyone copies it. While I'm on the subject of Germans, let me please point out that these gauges are a complete and total rip-off of Audi. The infotainment system, copy of BMW's iDrive. And the shift paddles, well, they're column mounted and they're total Ferrari. If you're gonna copy, you might as well steal from the best. However, Alfa Romeo didn't steal any of the important stuff from anyone. This Giulia is a 100% brand new car riding on a brand new chassis developed specifically by and for Alfa Romeo to be the best sports sedan in the world. This is a new identity for Alfa Romeo. We've not seen any of this stuff before, but the fundamentals are there. The driving position is really good, the steering wheel feels great, the ergonomics work, the car is quiet inside, it rides well, and the engine definitely sounds different. Have you ever heard a V6 sound like that? No, I haven't. This sounds nothing like any other V6. It sounds more like 2 drunk 3-cylinders having an argument. It sounds cool. It just doesn't really change in pitch and go all screamy like you'd expect from a Ferrari engine. Oh yeah, it's a Ferrari engine. This is a California T V8 with 2 cylinders lopped off of it. resulting V6 has a displacement of just 2.9 liters. And it gets stuffed with 20 pounds of boost to make 505 horsepower. That would normally mean huge turbo lag, but thanks to that relaxed engine note, you wind up spinning the snot out of this engine, keeping it in the upper part of the rev range where turbo lag isn't so bad.
Look, even the car knows better. You put it in an automatic and it says, best race experience with shifter in manual. Even Alfa Romeo is telling me, yeah, the car would be better with a stick. So grazie Alfa Romeo for telling me that, and for putting this transmission in here. Actually, it's really good. You know, it's a ZF 8-speed. It's the best automatic in the business, and I love it. Damn, I didn't want to say anything nice about that transmission. It is nice in here. It's quiet. The ride is good. The suspension tuning is absolutely brilliant. The steering is fast and incredibly direct. This car pulls. This is way closer to the M3 than I think I expected Alfa could pull off. My God, is it fast. The only thing is, for some inexplicable reason, it has brake-by-wire. There's no physical connection between the brake pedal and the wheels, and that's all well and good, except I don't know when the wheels are locking up. I don't know when I'm in ABS, so I'm trying to listen to the tires telling me what's going on. I don't hear anything and I don't feel anything. It's a little bit disconcerting.
Know what else is disconcerting? That everyone seems to forget their history lesson. BMW didn't invent the sports sedan. Alfa Romeo did. Flashback to 1962 when BMW was still farting around with Isetta bubble cars, and Alfa Romeo came out with this, the Giulia Super. This was the sedan version of the 105 cars, the Duetto and the GTV. Sports cars that changed the world with twin cam engines and great power. Took 25 years for the next one to come out, which was the 75, sold in America as the Milano. And this is the Verde. This has a 3-liter version of the Busso V6, widely regarded to be the best sounding V6 engine of all time. And it's taken 30 years to replace it. And here it is, the Giulia. Randy, stop licking the front of the car.
But Jason, she's so beautiful.
I know.
I want her.
We're all happy Alfa Romeo's back, but guess what? 2. We got 2 of them.
Oh,
we got a blue
twins.
We got a blue Giulia over there with carbon ceramic brakes, carbon seats, and your name on it. Also, don't go anywhere, BMW M3 Competition package. So if you could do me a favor, do that amazing magic thing you do where you lap the 2 cars simultaneously, BMW on the left, Alfa on the right.
I got it.
Go.
I got it. Ah.
It's the tie. the Giulia is just as fast out of the box as the latest, greatest, likely highest performing M3 of this generation. See? Told you everyone was copying the Germans. Welcome back to the red car.
Happy to be here as usual, Jason.
So, what'd you think of the M3?
That M3 is the best current version M3 I've driven on track.
Competition back, way better, kind of like GTS is, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the GTS, extremely well damped, and the car puts down power better than any other current generation M3 or 4 I've driven.
Totally agree. So now the big question is, how did the Alfa do against the best of the current M3s?
See my pants, the Alfa felt faster.
Did it?
When I came out of the Alfa, I was happier than I was when I came out of the BMW. Generated a lot of confidence. Part of it is the tires. It has a very aggressive Pirelli Treadwear 60. They're sticky.
They're sticky. And I noticed on your outlap, you flew. I mean, you just got in that car and went for it. Is that because you had just set the lap time on the M3?
That's part of it, Jason, in fairness.
Okay.
I've been on track, but in the BMW, I just didn't get the kind of confidence at the limit that I got instantly from the Alfa. And the Alfa has this super quick steering response. I mean, I noticed it coming out of pit lane way before I ever got to speed on the track. But the quick steering response at the front did not mean an unruliness at the back.
Yeah.
It was quick and stable.
Right.
And you know what that means? I can go fast right now.
But here's the important part. You had a bigger smile.
True.
You thought it was faster. You had more fun. You trusted the car more.
Trusted it was easier to do.
Isn't that the whole point of an Alfa Romeo? To bring joy to the world? It's like
Joy
throwing
to the
flowers at
driving
everyone.
experience. Yeah.
Yep. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed it.
You feel that torque?
Yep.
It took 3 decades for the return of the Alfa Romeo sports sedan. And sure, the automatic transmission was an absolute heartbreak. But in spite of all of that, Giulia Quadrifoglio was absolutely worth the wait. It is everything the Giulia Super and the Milano Verde once were, which is to say, it's everything an Italian sports sedan should be. Well, except the transmission.